So, I would like to know from the Honourable Minister, sir, the entitlements under the NFSA, sir, because we're getting very vague data on the entitlements that are to be received by the respective households. Some are saying that we're getting 5 kg per household, some saying they're getting 5 kg per head per household, sir. May I get a clarity on this?
Minister, please.
So the entitlements and prices of food grains under the NFSA 2013, sir. So priority households will be entitled to 5 kgs of food grains per person per month at Rs 3 per kg for rice, sir. And for the AAY, sir, scheme, each family is entitled to 35 kgs per month at the same rates as above, sir.
On discussing the unemployment problem in the state and the need to find out solutions for removing the problem. So, in my submission yesterday during the discussion on the Governor's address, I had referred to the presence of the central government institutions, officers, army and paramilitary that are mushrooming in the state, sir, across all locations, especially in the urban areas. So, employment in the central government institutions have really not been tapped by the state government as well as by the citizens of the state. So this lack of effort and tapping of the opportunity that is available in the central government institutions and various agencies, as I had mentioned, has been a bane for the state, sir. So I would like to read Article 16 of the Constitution, sir, where equality of opportunity in matters of public employment, quote, there shall be equality of opportunity for all citizens in matters relating to employment or appointment to any office under the state, unquote. So clause 2 of Article 16, sir, quote, no citizen shall, on grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex, descent, place of birth, residence, or any of them, be ineligible for or discriminated against in respect of any employment or office under the state. So I will also like to refer to the concurrent list, the 7th schedule, serial 23, sir, and 24. Social security and social insurance, employment and unemployment, and as well as serial 24, welfare of labor including conditions of work, provident funds, employers' liability, workmen's compensation, invalidity and old age pensions and maternity benefits. So these two subjects, as mentioned in serial 23 and 24 of the concurrent list, indicate that employment and unemployment are shared equally by the central and the state government, sir. But sir, if you look at the high-handedness at which the central government offices and other institutions, as I had referred, work in the state, sir, they have been given a free hand, and it seems that we, being in the state legislature or the treasury bench, or opposition bench, or maybe all the other government departments, are helpless in the way which these offices operate in the state, sir. So I've also scrutinized and seen that there is no special skill or any kind of, let's say, better personalities that we can see that are being employed in these central government institutions if they are coming from outside the state, sir. Rather, their English is pathetic, and it appears that they have a veiled mind game not to allow locals for direct or indirect engagements or employment opportunities. So yesterday I had also made a submission for ensuring a domicile reservation, sir, so that opportunities can be open for citizens of the state, irrespective whether they are scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, but since they are citizens of the state, opportunities should be opened for them. So as one of an immediate solution, sir, I would like to propose to the leader of the House and the government, I would like to propose that maybe we should have an immediate meeting with all the central government offices and institutions that are available across the state, sir, to take stock of the situation and see how many of our youths, local youths, have actually been employed by these institutions. So urgent and effective steps should be taken, sir. Otherwise, in my interaction and various agencies that are present in my constituency, sir, especially the ICER, the CAU, the NESAC, NERI, and other institutions that I see have been of no benefit at all, except for a token of effort being made by these institutions, sir. So in terms of employment, we also see the other facet of it, which is the indirect employment regarding contractors and suppliers. So we again see that in these central government offices, there have been a breathing space for people from outside the state. So one alarming practice that we see in these central government institutions is that they have shown utter disregard to the 6th schedule of the Constitution, sir, where the trading license have to be sought from the contractors and suppliers that are residing in the state. But then what we are seeing, sir, with this new technology and e-tendering and let's say posting their tenders in the various portals, it has allowed firms from outside the state even to participate. There's no equity in this, sir. The rates that are being quoted by people from outside the state or firms from outside the state are of no match to the firms that are in the state. And so the utter disregard to the Constitution of not adhering to the 6th schedule of seeking trading licenses from our 3 district councils before these firms are allowed to operate in the state is a matter of grave concern, sir, which I would request the Honorable Chief Minister to kindly take stock of this and ensure that this practice is immediately discontinued by various central government offices and institutions. So, coming to the state government, sir, because if you talk about unemployment, sir, there are various categories of people, especially the unskilled laborers that are here in the state, sir. So we are seeing that the contractors that are being engaged by PWD department, PHE department and other intensive labor works that are being taken up across the state, sir, there is sudden practice to engage unskilled laborers from outside the state, sir. Now, sir, there is a strong apprehension that these unskilled laborers may also be illegal migrants who are residing in other states, maybe Assam, other neighboring states of ours, and they have been utilized because of their cheap labor, sir. It is really heart-aching to see, sir, that the resources of the state government and of our people are being used to facilitate employment for people outside the state rather than people of our state, sir. So there is a certain complaint from the contractors that the rates provided by the PWD and other departments do not commensurate with the price rise or the inflation in terms of labor and material. But then, sir, the departments have already revised the SORs from time to time. And therefore, sir, it is accommodative that, and these inflation costs have also been taken into account. I therefore, sir, request the state government to kindly take stock of this and also propose that contractors or firms who are taking up unskilled work across the state and utilize laborers other than local laborers, sir, their labor licenses should be cancelled and such firms should be blacklisted from all departments, sir. Because this has only added to the unemployment problem in the state, especially to the families that are fighting for their bread and butter on a daily basis, sir. So we are also seeing recent practices of re-engagement of retired personnel on contract basis in several government offices, whether state or central, sir. So, not negating the fact that they had their illustrious contribution during their period of service to the various institutions that they have served. But then, sir, this practice has actually deprived educated and talented younger minds of an opportunity of employment, sir. The current dilemma of our youth is that many jobs that they apply for, they ask for experience. The employers ask for experience when our youths apply for jobs. But then how will our youths get experience when they do not get jobs at all? So it is a really vicious cycle that we are putting our youths in. And that's why, sir, we should ensure that as far as possible, sir, we should engage young dynamic minds rather than putting retired personnel in places where that place can be filled by people with experience and also with younger and brighter ideas. So we also see a major problem, sir, as our Honourable Member S.K. Sun had read out the data, sir, of 35,000 unemployed youths in Khasi and Jaintia Hills and more than 3,000 in the Garo Hills region, sir. I think, sir, this data is understated data, sir. There is actually more number of youths than the numbers that have been mentioned by the labour exchanges. And because, sir, we are seeing a lot of senile movement and activity of these labour exchanges, sir. They have not made any kind of publicity, poor awareness is there, and there's no actual effort to integrate the labour exchanges with the block headquarters across the state. So I think ample publicity should be provided, ample registration desks across the state should be provided so that our youths can actually give in their names if they have cleared a certain stage of education, maybe class 8, class 9, or any other employable educational level that they have succeeded, sir. So this lack of credible data will also lead to lack of proper planning and ensure a path that will give better opportunities to our youth, sir. I would like to refer to one incident, sir, where in the Civil Defence and Home Guards, they conduct these regular trainings for youths. And after conducting these trainings, sir, it seems that the department does engage or employ the youths who have already been trained. But then, sir, since there is no mechanism to monitor the trained youths and the untrained ones, or maybe even amongst the trained ones also, sir, the ones that have been trained in earlier years, they have been forgotten. The ones that have been trained recently, they have been included. So this is a very bad practice, sir. It will only increase the frustration of our youths and lack of a mechanism to ensure that on an age basis, people should be employed, have a systematic manner of operating and employing youths is also a major concern. And various departments also, sir, should have a very regulated practice, sir. So another practice that we are seeing in the various recruitments that have happened, sir. So it seems that there is no equity amongst the districts. Some districts have higher number of absorption, other districts have lesser number of absorptions, sir. So, for example, sir, if East Khasi Hills has got 1,000 applicants and 100 applications have come from Ribhoi district, there might be, from the 1,000 applications of East Khasi Hills, sir, maybe 300 people may get employed, but out of 100 applications from Ribhoi district, only one person may get employed. So this lack of equity will also create a sense of frustration and a sense of disrespect or maybe neglect from the state government and the agencies that are employing the youths across the state, sir. So the skills that are being provided also by the multifarious institutions, as Honourable Member Madam Ampurin had elaborated upon, So there's also no effort to collect the skilled data, sir. The data is very important, sir. Without data, we cannot move ahead. Now, sir, the multifarious institutions where we talk about Labour Department, the Meghalaya Skills Development Society, or other institutions that are providing these skills, sir, they have no convergence efforts to collate the data, sir. That's why it is very difficult to integrate the data that has been submitted to the labour exchanges or the employment exchange about from these persons who have registered themselves, how many have actually been employed, how many have got skills, and those who have got skills, how many have actually been employed or absorbed in some opportunity or the other, sir. So this is in total disarray. The entire system is in total disarray, sir. And that's why, sir, we are seeing this huge level of frustration across the state, and we are really pained to see our youths not getting ample opportunities to for getting employed, even though they have the skills, the educational levels, and also, sir, the intellect to be absorbed in many opportunities and jobs. So one last submission regarding the engagement of contractual labourers in various central government schemes and programs. So for example, if you take the MG and RGA, sir, there is a provision of 6% for administrative costs where the salaries and emoluments can be provided for the staff that is being engaged. However, sir, there is a lot of underutilization of these resources. With 6%, sir, we can engage more people because we are seeing that the program is so vast that we need more and more resources, more and more people to ensure better implementation of the program, sir. So if we take other central government schemes also, sir, the provisions of administrative expense has already been provided, sir. So I would like to propose ample utilization and efficient utilization of these resources so that it will become an employment, it will solve the employment problem of the state to a certain extent and ensure a better future for our youth, sir.